So we're sitting outside enjoying the gardenia and the sunlight, and I made a couple dresses for my sister that are based on one she was renting, and there was like a half circle with straps and then a kind of gathered back, and I think I came up with an original design, maybe, we'll see. So I want to try it out, not on me because I have things to hoist, right? So we're gonna try this design on the kidlet and see what happens. So we want very simple, very summery, and somewhat adjustable. Somewhat adjustable is good. Yeah? So front looks normal, but in the back, I'd like the straps to cross, and then this waistband, and then there's a bow, right? But then, like, do I make the skirt hang down like that? That's what I think I do. Or it could cross and then it could come through, and then the waistband could kind of there, and then the straps are going through the waistband and coming out a little hole right here to tie, and that way the waistband gathers and the skirt is just, you know, however much fabric it is. So do we gather the waistband, or do we let the waistband hang, which would make the skirt hang a little bit lower but look smoother? I don't know. So I have a grumpy guinea pig and I have a sheet of scrap paper that I'm going to stick to the grumpy guinea pig and draw on. Okay, so I thought we'd have to wait and figure out darts later, but looks like you can figure them out with paper a little bit and maybe put them into the strap. At any rate, here's my extremely detailed and comprehensive pattern. Alright, here is the gorgeous secondhand fabric in question. Here's my attempt at a pattern. Look, I am channeling my inner closet historian and actually taping paper on to finish out the pattern piece. She's awesome. You should go watch everything of hers. Anyway, this is the only piece that's not fitted. Nothing is fitted. This is the only piece that's like sized. So it's the limiting factor, I expect. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So, trying to be deliberate about finishes, a little bit, maybe. Anyway, double fold hem for the neckline so that when I sew the front together, this will be enclosed. Yay. And then I'll put the strap enclosing the other edge. That'll be fun. Alright, friendly reminder, I do not own a sewing machine, so I'm hand sewing this, and it is coming together alarmingly fast. Alright, I cut 2 strips that wide, and as long as I could, to make straps. The straps will be folded up and be that wide, which seems okay. Doing the same thing with the waistband. Pretty arbitrary length. There. Stuffing the chest piece in it and attaching it. I arbitrarily add just a little fold right here. I think rather than trying to do a dart up here, which darts are difficult, I'll just do the same fold up here. And then the straps will be pulling this, hopefully making it so there's not a gappy there. And then I guess I'm making a top and just slapping a skirt on it, which is interesting. We'll find out in a minute. Alright, hopefully this is a little intelligible. In peak, I don't feel like dealing with it, land. This is the waistband I showed you that I'm just going to cut off to whatever length in a minute after I try it on her. This is the strap, and I'm just cramming it in there. And we'll sew the bias binding, well, not bias binding, that becomes a strap, straight up the outside of the chest piece. My child is super supportive and thrilled, obviously. Would you twirl, my darling? Alright, so this design is entirely too simple to be original, but did I just accidentally create a festival girly shirt, hand sewing it in a couple hours? Yes. Am I going to need to adjust a couple things because my child is picky? Yes, but we'll get to that. Turn around again, love. So that's how the straps are working, and next up is attaching a large rectangle for a skirt. Opal. Opal, are you helping? Are you making sure I cannot get to the fabric? Opal. Boop. I think the weird way I put the chest together might actually help with changing things up, because Squish wants it to hold a little closer to her, right? Which I didn't think of because I am shaped different than her. So I'm gonna take this apart and then cut like, I don't know, a ½ inch off it and just sew it right back together again, so then it curves back in towards her breastbone. There we go. And since there's already a seam here, should be no big deal, right? That's the plan. Alright, so we have the back of the top part. And then the skirt's just a big rectangle. As big a rectangle as I could make it. So, put a big pleat to go in the center back, and then I put a little bit of bias, a little bit of binding for this much. And so if I attach it there and there, and then attach the rest of the skirt around, pleating as needed, then, well, this is the amount of adjustable you get, right? So inches, not infinite. This would not fit me. I tried the top on. It was not YouTube friendly. So, I don't know. It was like that far apart on her, right? But I don't want to do that because then she can't change size at all, right? So like here and here maybe? And then it makes a pretty shape, right? And then I took a really long break to hand mend a freaking bed sheet. Took forever. But it's mended, so that's something. Apparently there's a theme for my distractions in this project. Well, that's all settled. Very stable and invisible from an appropriate distance. Alright, so the black one exists. You will see it in just a minute, I promise. It looks great on Squish. It also looks great on my sister. So my sister wants a version, but I know that she would rather have a wider waistband, and also I like showing a couple differences or options or something, right, in theory. So, wider waistband. Identical top, as much skirt as I can manage with the fabric I have available, which is a tiered skirt I made for myself ages ago that I haven't been wearing. So, in the interest of reusing things, I cut it up, seam ripped it, and we're going to make a nice wider waistband version of the exact same dress. Yay! It is amazing how quickly these things come together. Anyway, this one has a finished waistband width of like 1 3/4 inches. This one like 3 3/4 inches. So we'll see how that works. This is that pleat under the bust. This, the fabric in its previous life was gathered, so I'm just rolling with that and putting some squish in it as it goes up the strap. For some reason I'm wanting to see how I'm just stuffing it in the waistband. For some reason I'm wanting to yank it down in the middle and stuff it further, but we'll try it on and maybe make that alteration. Oh, the other thing is, okay, with this one, there, it's just going through the waistband. With this, obviously that would collapse the crap out of it, so I was going to put 2 loop-dees and have it crisscross, but then I think that would still collapse the waistband, so we're going to put 3 loop-dees and have a comically intricate back on this. Alright, I stuffed the little loop-dees in the folded over waistband. You could totally interface this if you wanted to. I've never interfaced anything, so no, it's just fabric. Stuffed the boob cups in there, which means that this side doesn't have anything to stuff into, but you know what? I don't really mind, because that would be a lot of folding and thickness that I don't feel like dealing with. So I am just tacking the skirt to the inside of the waistband. I did the same thing on the other one. The stitches are going straight through. You could absolutely do shallow little stitches just on the inside, but honestly, the thread's a pretty good match here, and I'm okay with it. And obviously could do gathering, but why are pleats so much easier? I don't know. So just gonna keep going around. Almost done with this. Yay! As you can see, the child is thrilled to be helping. Alright, twirl, my love. I don't really understand. Will you twirl more slowly, my love? Wait, I don't understand. I think what happened is we barely even bothered to tighten the waistband previously, and this one I'm tightening it. And so now, turn around. And so now it looks so different. I expected squiggles, but I believe there will be squiggles on my sister. So, I'll let you know. But, there, it's still adjustable. It's very pretty. The turnaround towards me, love. The wider waistband definitely has a different look, which is kind of cool. I have a scowly little baby, and it's hot as hell out here. Oh my goodness. I wish I could have showed you the green one on my sister, but on her, this was much further forward, so I had to tuck it further into the waistband for her, and this was much more horizontal, which was how she preferred it. But with the narrow waistband, would you slow twirl, darling? Clearly she's thrilled. But it's a beautiful, very summery dress. Slow twirl again. Very, very simple. I love simple.